Alright guys, I am back for a Sunday craft with me. And what I have to do is, well, I don't have to, but I want to, make some racks, or this is actually kind of like a video response to Sammy Jared with Happy Mail. And so it took me a while to kind of decide on what I wanted to do, because it's just like just a mailed envelope. So I don't know if you guys watched Tina, but this morning she did this really cool tag using kind of like chipboard or cardboard or whatever. So that is what we're going to make. Mine obviously will vary from hers a little bit because two different people, right? And access to just different graphics. So what I'm doing most of these are out of is, I know I've showed them in the past, but these Jimmy Dean breakfast bowl boxes. I save those, and then we have some Triscuit boxes that we save, and you know, just any kind of packaging like that. But somebody made a comment the other day that I unfortunately have not had time to respond to yet, about sometimes people forget that maybe somebody's new and doesn't really know what's going on. So I, if you already know how to do this, just kind of skip along, just fast forward, it's all good. But this is not always the best way to take apart a box, but if you'll notice on your boxes, to get the maximum amount out of your box, there's always the split, like the glue part, right? And then there's a side usually that doesn't have that, that's solid. Okay, so this is how I take mine apart. Okay, and I'm going to bring my big cutter over, and it's not all going to fit in the screen, so I apologize. We'll try to kind of keep it small. Oh, no, because I need... No, it's all right, because I know the dimensions of this box pretty well. So what I do is I kind of fold it in half. Sometimes you'll be able to do that, sometimes you won't. Depends on your box. If it's a big cereal box, you'll kind of have to try to navigate. So these pieces I don't generally save because, you know, there's these pieces here. This piece here, sometimes I save it. Depends on how much that glue is on there, and it depends on the project, what I need, because then I feel like it doesn't lay flat, right? It's really hard to get it to lay flat. So I do toss those. But you know, now that I look at it, you could save these little top tabs and maybe cut it down a little bit like this. And I probably won't. I probably better not do that. I will end up chopping my finger. But if you were to do something like this, and then you use the other part and backed it, that could be your tab. Like you could even round it out here. And that could either double as like a template for you, for like a page tag, right? Or you could, you know, put it on both sides and your decorative paper, kind of glue it down and cut it out. That might work. Okay, and if you're wondering, I have like probably 800 of these boxes. Not really that many, but probably a good 40. This is what I eat every morning because I am addicted to them. I'm not even gonna lie. For me, since I am up so early, this is just my go-to first of the morning, because I usually wake up starving, because I try not to eat past like 6:30. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, this is that edge that had the glue on it. It's tore. I'm not gonna save it. Then I bring it down. If I'm making my little mini journals, then I decide, I'll cut this side off, like the other glue piece here. Okay. Of course, don't do what I just did, right? Okay, and I think you guys have seen me do this before, and then I'll like trim off however many inches from here to here to make the cover, right? It makes a nice little journal cover, and then I usually, I flip it inside out, and I've already cut these pieces, like another part of those boxes, and kind of lined it like this to give it more heft. Okay, so then what I do for this project is I'm gonna, is that even still in frame? Probably not. Maybe if I go up here, then you'll be able to see more. Is I'm taking that off, and then I'm gonna take this other thing here, and I always need more spines. So see, this is your flush piece, right? Doesn't have any glue marks. Save this because it can be a tall tag. It can be just about anything else. So save those. Okay, then for this project, I'm going to cut it just almost in between 3 3/4 to kind of make it almost in half. Okay, so we got 2 pieces there. And then again, I'm going to do it the same there. So then I have 2 pieces here. Okay, so that's how I start cutting down my stuff. Again, you can just play with it. And then I'm going to cheat a little bit and pull out that pattern that I made with Tuesday's stuff. Or maybe not completely. And my tag is a little bit wider, obviously, than this, or my template. So I'm just going to line it up. And you'll probably see me do that a lot in videos. That I can never remember to save like those fake cards they send you in the mail. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, so now I have a tag, right? And it's got quite a bit of heft, right? Okay, now let me show you. So let me get oh, gosh darn it. My knee keeps hitting the brace of the table. Sorry, guys. Okay, so to make some of this, I'm using Lori's beautiful papers that she sent me. Okay. And sadly, I'm down to one lonely green paper here. I'm hoping maybe she'll see this and I can guilt her into making me a couple more. Just teasing Lori. And then I have a bunch of like extra ephemeras from different kits. So I'm going to be using mainly, I shouldn't say mainly, I'll be using some Shabby Dabby Doodah. I'll be using some Amy at Crafty Cat. We'll probably have a few Artie Mays. We'll have a few Emma Femmer's Treasures. We'll probably have a couple of Susan Taylor Brown's, maybe some Artsology. And then these come from Amy at Glamping Bear, and it's Glamping and Glitter on Etsy. She's got these really cool, I think they're like cigarette cards. Aren't those cool? Yeah, so we'll be using a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And we'll just see how far we get there. And then, then I don't know if you have seen it yet, but if you have not seen it yet, you should definitely go see it. Oh, there they are. Lorna Taylor has 2 kits out. I mean, she has a ton of kits, right? But I had never actually been to her shop yet, but she has these wallpaper kits. Check these out. And I didn't print all of them. I just printed my favorites today. And by favorites today, I mean next week I'll have like 4 more favorites of hers. But check those out. Aren't those gorgeous? Oh, I just think they're yummy and pretty. Well done, Lorna. These are beautiful. Like that one's got a little dragonfly in it. Oh. So, sorry, the kits are Vintage Wallpapers 1 and 2, and these are a variation of the 2 kits. I downloaded them, put them in one folder, and then just kind of picked the ones I would like to work with today. Yeah, so without further ado, I think I would like to use one of the blues. And like I said, this inspiration comes from Shabby Dabby Doodah. Thank you, Tina. I saw this and I loved it. Okay, so one thing I am going to do before we start, and if you notice, I don't have any of my mats down. But I do have plastic tablecloth down, like clear. So I don't know it's shining too much. I hope not. I tried to view the last video that I filmed without it on there. Yeah, it's like a vinyl clear, and so far I'm loving it. Other than not having the measuring tools right there. That's about the only thing I'm not loving about it. But I don't know, you guys may not know, but too much glare these days sends me into a migraine. And the mat I used yesterday isn't really conducive. Not yesterday. It would have been Friday or Saturday. Isn't really conducive for what I need because it's kind of short. And so, yeah, I mean, I like the mat. I use it still. And then my glass mat was just sending me into migraines again. So, yeah, got to put a kibosh on that one for now. Okay. So back to this. All right, I'm going to glue this way. Okay. Like I said, this is going to be loosely on Tina's because, you know, we're all different creators. And I got to tell you guys, I am loving the tacky glue more and more over the Fabri-Tac. It doesn't set as quick as Fabri-Tac, which the Fabri-Tac is nice, but I got to tell you, it doesn't like put that weird, well, one, smell into the air, and two, I don't know, right now I'm just really sensitive to smells, and I'm really sensitive to glares, and my allergies are acting up, so that's great. Oh, so anyways, what I was telling you is last fall, they thought I was having a stroke. It was pretty scary. And so, yeah, I now have to be really careful with scents and like Febreze. Oh my goodness. Febreze sends me over the edge. Okay, so what I'm doing is obviously I'm just putting some color on it. Oh, and you know what I should have checked? I'll have to be careful that my stuff is not showing through onto the other side. It, like the Jimmy Dean, because nobody wants to see breakfast bowl stuff through the image, right? Oh, so, gosh, I'm like a squirrel today. All right, so back to what I was saying about the matte stuff. And I think I just glued it. Yep, I did. That's all right. We got baby wipes. We'll just wipe that up. Anyways, I got this at Walmart. It comes on a big roll. You guys have probably known it's there the whole time, but I got this desk for Christmas for my honey, and I love it. And I think I used too much glue because now it's going to be a nightmare to cut out. I was trying to decide, yeah, let's do like a couple at a time because we all know how I work. I like to do bulk work. Like if I'm already making one, I might as well make 5, which sometimes gets me into trouble, right? Yeah, and I don't know if I will be able to get this, like, we might have to make this 2 videos. Okay, I'm gonna try for a little less glue. Little less glue. And a lot more action. All right, Laura, more bonus points. Name that song. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I'm going to have to think of a prize for bonus point questions. Like if you can name the song that I'm referring to, we'll do something fun. I don't know what a prize would be, but we'll just have fun with it. So Laura's already got a bonus point because she guessed it right at the Lori Morgan song a couple weeks ago. Well, I'm just making a mess, huh? Little did you know we would be making a mess today, huh? Oh, Gracie is messing in the greenhouse. And the dogs get irritated because obviously we don't let them in the greenhouse. And I think they should be in it. All right, so we're just... Oh. And the puppy just got stepped on. And those of you who are new, we have a puppy. Her name is Piper. And she is a total princess. Like, I don't even know how they're, like, she's that dramatic. Seriously, I don't. She's Paul's dog. And yeah, she's literally the biggest drama queen ever. You even look at her cross-eyed and she like tucks her tail and just, oh my gosh, it's, and you know, she does, in her dog version, she does go and tattle to Paul about us all. I am going to be sewing around these. I think my sewing machine is not any better, and the one I ordered has still not come yet. So apparently everybody in the United States thinks they need a sewing machine or something. No, I'm teasing, but no, really. It's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of like that toilet paper thing going on. I'm like, really? Everybody's now a seamstress. Okay. Oh well, at least it's keeping people out of the streets, right? I bet you a lot of people get homemade gifts for Christmas. I mean, you would think you would have to. Like, if you're going to spend that much on a sewing machine, you're going to have to be able to justify it more than just masks, right? All right, so now what Tina did, and I'm going to need to pull my cutter over again, I think, is she made these cute little fold-up envelopes here. So let's kind of decide. I was thinking this darker blue here. Or we could go dramatic and do, ooh, I bet you that, oh, yeah, let's do that. Because I think I'm going to tone them down just a little bit with some Distress ink. So I think Lori said she used Easter egg dye with these. I don't know. I'm pretty sure she'll tell us in the comment. Okay, I should just keep this over in this direction. All right, so this tag is, sorry, you know, I got itchy feet and they're not dry, they're just itchy. How funny is that? I think it's ridiculous myself. For weeks now. I might have to trim it down too. So we'll need 2 of these. Okay, now before we get all excited here, that'll be just about perfect. I might have to trim it just a little. And this one trim just a little bit, I bet. Okay, so we're just gonna do the basic fold up and just make the cute little envelope here. For those of you that may not have seen this, this is just one of those kind of easy ways. I cut this at 3 3/4. Okay, now I'm going to bend my paper down because that's how I roll these days. Okay, now Tina rolled hers all the way up to meet. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just take this, and I use the tip here as kind of a guide. I don't want to bend it, but I use it as kind of a guide, so I know I'm about right. And I'm just going to make mine this thickness right here. I may need to trim down just a little bit more, but then that will set up in here. Yep, I'm going to trim just a little bit so it lays a little flatter. Okay, and maybe I can get 2 out of 1. That would be splendid. Don't know if it will happen, but wouldn't that be cool if it did? Oh, isn't that perfect? Oh, yeah. Oh, might have to trim that one a little bit too. Oh, I love when that happens. Okay, now bring out my little piece of paper I've been inking with, and I am loving this a little bit more and more every time I use it. I still use the daubers, but I am saving so much time by doing it this way. I'm not even kidding you. Like, and I think ultimately it's going to end up being cheaper to do it this way. Okay, now these won't be flip downs in mine. I don't think Tina's were either. They're going to be glued shut. Let's do that one too. I don't know. I keep going on the fence. Is it wasting more ink by using these or what? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we'll figure it out here soon, but once you get the hang of it, which I clearly don't have it all the time because I'm kind of an aggressive inker, and I was going through one of those pads like every time I crafted, and I don't know if that's normal or not, but yeah, I mean, I like the ink, but I'm really liking not having to buy the pads a whole lot. Like I said, I still use them on occasion, but okay, let's cover that. Oh, okay, so I don't know how many of you watch Nikki Adigan either, but yesterday she did a live and she was talking about glue. And speaking of glue, my art glitter glue is almost empty in this one. And I literally have been like I don't know, it's almost like a sickness. Like, you literally can't wait to open the new bottle, right? I have no idea why we're like that. It's like getting a new pair of shoes, but saving it back so that you have something to look forward to, I guess. I mean, I do that. I don't know about you. Usually I buy my shoes 2 at a time, like 2 of the same kind twice. All right, so then what Tina did is she got like a rectangle piece for here, because it's basically like a 2-pocket thing. So let's see, we'll need something horizontal and about that width. So maybe this will work. We might end up mounting this on something else. I don't know if it's quite wide enough, or we might have to get a different piece and, you know. And if I remember, I'll try to list everybody in the description of the graphics. If you've been with me for any amount of time, you know that I try, but yeah, it's a little bit too small. Okay, we'll still keep it out, but we're gonna have to trim something else down. Ooh, maybe this one would work. Let's see, since that one doesn't. Ooh, it will. All right, so we're gonna end up using Crafty Cat, one of her butterfly cards out of her Purple Ladies kit. I think I'll go ahead and glue it on and then just trim it off on the back. Actually, let's... I hope everybody is good today. I know, like, everybody's kind of excited that the whole, like, Kova thing is, like, expiring soon. But I've been at a tax office and in a bookkeeping office. I haven't gotten like that time off, and so I'm done with the season with the tax office. You know what? I don't really like the colors with that. Yeah, I think we'll save that one. Sorry guys. I should have auditioned it a little bit better. The purple just doesn't seem to go with it very well. Let's see what else I got. I don't have any horizontal ladies that way. I might have to pause and go find something. How crazy would that be? Wonder, oh, that one might work. Let's try this one. So I should tell you too, like, since I made the 5 ephemera folders for the giveaway, and I had everything out, I went ahead and started like 4 more for me, because my intent is this summer is to, yeah, I think that'll be white enough, is to, cut all of my ephemera and have it in like, you know, have an Amy at Crafty Cats, and one for Shabby Dabby Doo Dah, one for Nikki Adigan, one for, you know, one for all the design teams that I'm on, and then that way, you know, everything's cut right away. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and glue that. I'm going to go ahead and glue, no, I don't want to glue that one down first. Okay, I'm just going to put a little glue just to set it. Because, like I said, I'm going to sew these. How about we glue the table, too? How about that? This is as close to center as I'm going to get. Okay, so I'm just going to, like I said, tack it down a little bit. And flip it over. Trim that down. And then I'll re-ink everything again. Okay, then I'm going to tack this one down. Okay, now what she did was started decorating them. So we decided not for purple, but let's see what we got for these ladies. See, peaches, that will probably look nice. And I think it'll be these will be really cool to use up some of those ephemera pieces that I've had sitting around forever. Because most of you already know I'm on a mission this year to like use up all the things that I've already printed out when I can. I'm obviously not going to just throw stuff together, but if I can use them up, that would be great. Now she did something with this top. Oh, she put lace. That's what she did. Okay, so then she kind of cockeyed it, but it was cool because it like went out of the normal shape And then she cut a couple of little pieces of ephemera that she had. I think I need some tall stuff. You know what, I think, oh, wait, I don't have to just stick with this blue kit. I got our birdie stuff. Look what was left from the birds, which wasn't much. Or at all, really. I did stick. Oh, that's going to be too big. Let's just cut some of these down. And I think, if I remember correctly, this is from the Bella Rose kit, these blue pieces here. Oh, see, I'm a little heavy-handed still. I will say, though, I am really liking this little brush. And I got mine at the dollar store. Maybe put that one behind. And then she did... Oh, I can't do that yet because I have to sew. Okay, so we'll get it almost lined out. And then I will go sew around these. So why don't we put together this other one. I think I'll fussy cut that key out while we're on break. And then, okay, we need one more piece that's that wide. So we might have to fabricate it out of one of these bigger pieces. Maybe like this little postcard. Like trim it down like we did this last one. Okay, I'm gonna set those pieces out for a minute. I really want to make a purple one. For a second I was like, hey, wait a minute, why is that all like not... You know what, I bet I could totally use my glue stick on these. Oh my god, I'm kind of a goon. Since I'm already going to be sewing them, it's not going to matter. I already inked that one, yep. And you know what, before I glued that down, okay, these are going to be different because I forgot that Tina put a little thing in there. Like a little eyelet, or a brad and a little circle, and then kind of wrapped a thing around, but that's okay. Like I said, they'll vary a little bit different, right? Different artists, different things. Okay. So again, I'm just going to tack down a little bit. Just to get it to hold for a few minutes until I sew. Oh, I bet it was that baby wipe. It was sitting next to that baby wipe. My cardboard's a little bit wet, so. Okay, so. That's a little cockeyed. Okay. All right, I think that will work. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video and then I will be back in a few minutes and we will finish decorating this. See you in a minute, guys. All right, guys, I am back, and if you notice the daylight change, it's because it took me an hour because I went back and watched, or rewatched, I should say, Tina's video because I was like feeling like I was failing epically here. And I did do a little bit of cutting. All right, so the only things that I added from there is these. And we're actually going to glue those in, and then a paper clip. She had the smaller ones, and I only have one silver one. One of these. I cannot believe that I don't have more of these. So apparently that's going to be on my shopping list for tomorrow. Okay, so let's just go back to this really quick. So again, these are Glamping Girls. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that in, and I do think I'm going to continue to use my tacky glue. Yeah, originally, oh, that's coming out really thick. I do think I need the smaller bottles out. I was trying to just use this stuff up, is what the original idea was, is why I had brought it out. And I may end up regretting this, but you know what? I'm going to smooth it out because it seems like an awful lot of glue. And we're going to be smushing out of the edges if I don't do that. Okay, so these actually get glued down in here. Maybe. And kind of off to the side a little bit. And I am kind of bummed, I think, a little bit because mine aren't obvious. Oh, shoot. All right, glitter glue time, right? I should have glued these down first. Oh. Best laid plans, right? Oh, well, you know, you always get honest and real with me, right? And I didn't make any prototypes. A lot of times I do so that I can give you clear cut, this is what worked for me instructions, but actually let's just pop that one on top, right? We're just layering, right? Okay. Okay, so those actually get glued in. And then this pocket, she didn't put anything in this one, so I'm going to leave it. And then I got this out of one of the kits, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take, kind of dull down that rose just a little bit more. And I'm going to glue it right here. And I am going to link Tina's video in the description because obviously she does it so much better. The original is always better, right? Yeah, so, and then I'm going to go ahead and she glued a pocket on the back, and I've already cut and inked this one. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down, and this next part I will tell you about, but I'm not going to show you what it is, because this is where I'm going to put my personal message to the recipient. So yep, it's going to go on my stitching, which I'm okay with, because like I said, my sewing machine is on its last leg. And I think it's honestly like a timing thing, but it's either that or one of the modules up in the top. And I've had it apart, and I've realigned the bottom. Isn't YouTube a beautiful thing? Yeah, like I said, I've had it all apart. And I think once that glue is dry, I think I'm going to ink those edges. And then we need a little something for here. And I think that is where... You know what, maybe we'll throw a few more of Amy's girls in there. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I'm thinking. And then we'll finish off the top of this one. And we are getting close to like the 40-minute mark, I bet. So we may just go ahead and finish up. Well, I might be able to finish both. Or at least just one. I think I bit off more than I could chew for one video as far as time allotted. So I think in the next video we will finish up this one, and then we'll work on a couple more. Now that we kind of got an idea of what we're doing, I think it'll go much smoother the second time. But I do, like I've said before, I do think it's important for you guys to see that everybody makes mistakes. My channel is not a channel for people who are perfect crafters. Perfection is not something that happens here. Yeah, so if you're all like normal like me, what? I bet you that little blue one will look cute there. I was thinking that little pink one, and I keep trying to mix like the wrong colors together. Like the peach is kind of throwing me for a loop. So I think we'll just put one more down in that little pocket. And like I said, I'm going to put a tag in the back with my sentiment. I know I keep going back and forth, huh, between Dauber and this inker. Yeah, okay, I like that. Okay, so now we need a hole reinforcer, which I'm getting low on those too, so now those are on the list. I probably better start an actual list. We need kitty litter and reinforcers. How funny is that list, huh? Okay, so take this, try to stay close to the top so I'm not running into that down there, and then I think I'll end up having to trim off the thing, the reinforcer a little bit. I'm just kind of all over the board. Oh, but I cannot forget to ink or add my lace. See, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I'm just going to use a little bit of Sari Silk in here. I guess one of the main things I'm looking forward to is the craft stores opening up again. I am out of like a lot of stuff that I use like all the time. That's backwards from what I usually do. That's why I fiddle in a little bit with it. Okay. Okay. Now we got to add a little bit of lace up over here. So I do think that I'm going to just use my art glitter glue since it's open. It's always hard to tell which side's the right way, huh? No, that's not right. Okay, and then she put like a little charm thing up there for some added interest. We all know how many charms I don't have, but I do have a couple, and I think they fit pretty perfect for these. If I can get it in there. I'm terrified of stabbing myself again. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but I stabbed myself during a video on Friday. And then I glued it shut. Yeah, while you guys weren't watching. Or maybe you saw it and I didn't fool anybody. Yeah, so, all right. So there's one done. other than its tag in the back. Actually, I think I want to trim that down just a little bit more. Yeah, okay. All right, so that is super cute. I think I would have left that a little bit longer, I think. All right, yep, I like that. And it will, did I show you guys what I'm shipping them in? I'm just shipping them in one of these envelopes here. So that's why I made them the size I made them, is so that they can just slip right in here. Just like that, and perfect, voila. There's one almost done, just needs its sentiment. Okay guys, yep, in the next video, we'll finish up this one here. Oh, do you want a closer look? Sometimes people like that. Okay, and then I'll put a tag down in here with the sentiment. Okay, all right, so that's what we made today. All right, so I will be back and we will finish this next one. And then I think now that we kind of got a science down, the next one will just be kind of like a craft with me. I mean, obviously this isn't a really big tutorial or anything, but yeah, I want to continue playing. So we'll probably do another video of this one. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.